Now holding the space within you of that very soft, gentle, open, warm, compassionate heart, please hold the space, hold your presence, and listen to these beautiful words of the great, compassionate Master Shantideva, written more than 1,200 years ago. This is called The Aspiration from Undertaking the Conduct. This is the dedication chapter of his life's masterpiece. It's the last chapter of this famous book that he wrote. Through the virtue of having composed this work, a guide to the Bodhisattva's way of life, may all living beings come to engage in Bodhisattva conduct. May all beings everywhere plagued with sufferings of body and mind obtain an ocean of happiness and joy by virtue of my merits. For as long as they remain in cyclic existence, may their happiness never decline, and may all of them uninterruptedly receive waves of joy from bodhisattvas. May all embodied creatures throughout the universe who experience hellish realms come to enjoy the bliss of Sukhavati. May those feeble with cold find warmth, and may those oppressed with heat be cooled by the boundless waters that pour forth from the great clouds of the bodhisattvas. May the forest of razor-sharp leaves become a beautiful pleasure grove, and may the trees of knives and swords grow into wish-fulfilling trees. May the regions of hell become places of joy, with vast and fragrant lotus pools, graced with the beautiful calls of wild ducks, geese, and swans. May the heaps of burning coals turn into heaps of jewels. May the burning ground become a polished crystal floor. And may the mountains of the crushing hells become celestial palaces of worship filled with sugatas. May the rains of lava, blazing stones, and weapons from now on become a rain of flowers. And may all battling with weapons from now on be a playful exchange of flowers. By the force of my virtues, may those caught in the fiery torments of acid, their flesh eaten away to reveal their lily-white bones, obtain the bodies of celestials and dwell with goddesses and gently flowing rivers. Why are the henchmen of Yama and the unbearable buzzards and vultures afraid, through whose noble strength is joy brought upon us and darkness dispelled? Looking up, they behold in the firmament the radiant form of Vajrapani. Through the force of their joy, may they be freed from evil and find his company. When they see the lava fires of hell extinguished by a rain of falling flowers mixed with scented water, immediately satisfied, they wonder whose work this was. In this way, may those in hell behold Padmapani. Friends, don't be afraid, but quickly gather here. What need is there to flee when above us the youthful Manjughosha is there to dispel our fears, the tender Bodhisattva who protects all living things, through whose might all suffering is removed and the force of joy abounds. Behold him in an enchanting palace, resounding with hymns sung by 1,000 goddesses, with the tiaras of 100 gods offered at his lotus feet, a rain of many flowers falling on his head, and his eyes moist with kindness. Upon seeing Manjughosha in this way, may those in hell cry out loud with joy. Likewise, having seen, due to the roots of my wholesome deeds, the cool and sweet-smelling rain falling from joyful clouds created by the Bodhisattvas Samantabhadra and Sarvadivarana Vishkambin, may all beings in hell be truly happy. May all animals be free from the fear of being eaten by one another or us, and may hungry ghosts be as happy as the people of the northern continent. May they be satisfied by a stream of milk pouring from the hand of the noble Lord Avalokiteshvara, and by bathing in it may they always be cooled. May the blind see forms, may the deaf hear sounds, and just as it was with Maya Devi, may pregnant women give birth without any pain. May the naked find clothing and the hungry find food. May the thirsty find water and delicious drinks. May the poor find wealth, those weak with sorrow find joy, and the forlorn find new hope, perpetual happiness, and prosperity. May all who are sick and ill quickly be freed from their illness, and may every disease in the world never occur again. May the frightened cease to be afraid, and those bound be freed. May the powerless find power, and may people think of benefiting one another. May all travelers find happiness everywhere they go, and without any effort may they accomplish whatever they set out to do. May those who sail in ships and boats obtain whatever they wish for, and having safely returned to the shore, may they joyfully reunite with their relatives. May troubled wanderers who have lost their way meet with fellow travelers, and without any fears of thieves and tigers, may their going be easy without any fatigue. Lost in trackless, fearful wildernesses, children, the aged, the unprotected, the confused, and the insane, be guarded by beneficent celestials. May beings be free from all states without freedom, and be endowed with faith, wisdom, and kindness, with food and excellent conduct, and may they be mindful throughout their lives. May all beings be without want for wealth, just like the treasury of space, and without dispute or harm may they always enjoy it as they wish. May those who have little splendor come to be endowed with majesty, and may those whose bodies are worn with toil find magnificent and noble forms. May all lower life forms in the universe take on higher forms. May the lowly obtain grandeur, and may the proud be humbled. By these merits may every single being abandon all forms of evil and perpetually engage in virtue. May they never be parted from the awakening mind, and may they always engage in Bodhisattva conduct. May they be cared for by the Buddhas and relinquish the actions of Maras. May sentient beings have inconceivably long lives. May they always live in contentment, unfamiliar with even the word death. May there abound in all directions gardens of wish-fulfilling trees filled with the sweet sound of Dharma, proclaimed by the Buddhas and their children, and may the land everywhere be pure, smooth, and devoid of rocks, level like the palm of the hand and of the nature of lapis lazuli. For all their retinues of disciples, may many bodhisattvas dwell in every land, gracing them with their presence. May all embodied creatures uninterruptedly hear the sound of Dharma issuing from birds and trees, beams of light, and even space itself. May they always meet with Buddhas and their children, the bodhisattvas, and worship these spiritual masters of the world with endless clouds of offerings. May celestials bring timely rains so that harvests may be bountiful. May kings act in accordance with Dharma, and the people of the world always prosper. May all medicines be effective and the repeating of mantras successful. May dakinis, cannibals, and the like be endowed with compassionate minds. May no living creature ever suffer, commit evil, or fall ill. May no one be afraid or belittled, or their minds ever be depressed. In all temples and monasteries may reading and recitation flourish and remain. May the sangha always be in harmony, and may their purposes be accomplished. May monks desiring to practice find quiet and solitary places, and through having abandoned all wandering thoughts, may they meditate with pliant minds. May nuns be materially sufficient, abandon quarreling, and be unharmed. Similarly, may all ordained ones never let their morality weaken. Abjuring all immorality, may their failings be depleted once and for all. Attaining higher rebirth. May their moral rectitude thereto never be impaired. May the wise be honored, and may they receive alms. May their minds be completely pure, and may they be renowned in all directions. May beings not experience the misery of lower realms, and may they never know any hardships. With a physical form superior to the gods, may they swiftly attain Buddhahood. May sentient beings again and again make offerings to all the Buddhas, and may they constantly be made joyful with the inconceivable bliss of the Buddhas. Just as they have intended, may bodhisattvas fulfill the welfare of the world, and may all sentient beings receive whatever the Buddhas have intended for them. Similarly, may the Pratyeka Buddhas and the Shravakas find happiness. And until I reach the bhumi of supreme joy, through the kindness of Manjughosha, may I be mindful throughout my lives and always obtain ordination. May I live and be sustained by simple common foods, and in all my life may I find ideal solitude. Whenever I wish to see him or to pose him the slightest question, may I behold Lord Manjughosha himself without any hindrance. In order to fulfill the needs of beings who reach unto the ends of space, may my way of life be just like that of Manjughosha. For as long as space endures, and for as long as living beings remain, until then may I too abide to dispel the misery of the world. May all the pains of living creatures ripen upon myself, and through the might of the Bodhisattva sangha, may all beings experience happiness. May the teachings, the sole medicine for suffering, and the origin of every joy be materially supported and honored and abide for a very long time. I prostrate to Manju Gosha, through whose kindness wholesome minds ensue, and I prostrate to my spiritual masters, through whose kindness I develop.